What's up guys, my name is Dallin. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create your first manga. If you guys don't know, I am the artist and one of the creators of the manga series called Lost Seeds of Misery. Chapter 2 drops July 16th, so we're super excited about that. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how we did character design, how we created the story, and how we released it. So stick around, watch this video to see how to create a manga. Okay guys, so the first step to creating a manga is having a story. What is a manga without like a plot, a story, something to follow? If it's just pictures on a page, no one's gonna wanna read it. So how we started with the story was we typed out our ideas onto a page. From there, we chose the idea of what we wanted to do, which was Lost Seeds of Misery. And from there, we developed a full story. Now it doesn't need to be beginning to end and you know every single thing that happens. Some people don't even know what's going to happen in the end of their book or the next chapter of their book, and they take it chapter by chapter. Some people have every single chapter lined out. Personally, we have like probably 5 chapters in advance, and then we know where we want the story to lead in the end, but the stuff in the middle is kind of like give some, take some, and you can do what you want with it. And that's how me and Tate run our manga. But I'm going to show you guys the layout of what we did when we first created our story and what we did. So the first thing we did was we typed out the first 4 chapters. So I'll show you that right now. Okay, so the screen might be a little weird, but from here, me and Tate created the story, and we typed over 14 pages of dialogue and just basically the main things that are going to happen in the first 4 chapters. So essentially what you're doing is creating a baseline of what your manga entails of. If it's the first 5 chapters or if it's the whole thing. It's basically just a big rough draft of everything you want in it. Plot twists, character development, main things that happen. You want all of this in that rough draft. From here, we're going to jump to the next section, which is storyboarding. So when you get to the storyboarding phase, you want to be able to take what you wrote in the rough draft and break it into scene by scene. And what I mean by scene is like panel by panel on a manga page. I had my business partner Tate helping me out do that. So it really helped me out and sped up the process. But even if you don't have anyone helping you out, you can still do it alone. It doesn't matter. So you got this. I'll show you guys what we did for storyboarding right now. So Tate and I got together and we literally typed out page for page what the first chapter is going to be, because we work chapter by chapter instead of doing all of it at once. So this is where we typed it all out and we knew what each one was going to be. So let me read you the first one. So it says, a cold burst of wind rolls through a snow-covered hill in a small rice village. There's things that you take out and things that you leave in. Like the snow-covered hill, we ended up not doing snow. Roar of horses and a bright yellow light disrupts a sleeping town. So I'll show you guys those pages here in a second. So I'm the artist of Lost Seeds of Misery. So after storyboarding is when the art phase is going to start to come in. This is when you want to do character design, which I started doing way before I even had a story because I got super excited. So you can start that whenever, but right now, if you don't have it by now, it's time to do it. The second step with art here is to do thumbnails of each page. So let me show you the thumbnails right now. Okay, so this is a super small sketchbook that I do all my thumbnails in. Thumbnails are supposed to be super fast and easy, not a lot of detail. You basically just want to show what is in your thumbnails. So right here is page, I think it was like 4 or something. I have them all marked wrong. Anyway, this is when Zen sees the village on fire. You see his face. He turns back and yells to Maya, get up and go. This is when he has the double shot of him opening the doors. It actually reads this way, but we switched it, so this is kind of backwards. Anyway, so essentially what you're doing is you're just trying to break down what each scene is. So you can see this is when Amaya sees Raisha sleeping. This is when Zen holds up his sword, and I'll show you guys those completed pages here in a second. But you just want to develop a bunch of different thumbnails for the whole story. So I have over 60 thumbnails in this just for the first 2 chapters. So your thumbnails are developed, you have a storyboard, and you have a rough draft of your story. So you have the big 3 done. From here, I had a lot of fun with it. I would do fun like art of my characters. I'll show you guys that right now, but I would just design them and see if I like some things. There's some designs that we like this about it, and some we don't like that. So don't get hung up on one design at all. So with Zen, I think we went through like 4 different revisions of him and his design. And that being said, some of them might come back in the future. Like we might pull parts of those in the future. And in our manga, we want the outfits to switch like every arc. And because when a character has the same outfit, it kind of gets old. I love Naruto. That's my favorite anime of all time. But like, come on now. They could have done it better with his fit sometimes. Maybe people don't agree, but that's what I think. So okay, guys. So these are some of Zen's first designs. As you can see, he doesn't have a mustache. His hair is different. His face is different. His hat is different. Even his swords and stuff are different. But some of the stuff we kept, like this thing that wraps around his waist, just like cloth, and also his skirt thing. I like also. We kept the boots, well, his shin guards. So some of this we kept. I still love his armor. Maybe one day it'll still be in it. So this was his first design. Let me keep showing you. So here were some other designs. These are super fast, super sketched. But this was another one of Zen. Like, he's shorter, he's stocky. He is super jacked, no mustache, no long hair. These were just mask designs and stuff. And then this could have been his sensei, we were thinking. But none of this stuff stayed, but it's still fun just to create and see what you want. So this is when we started to get more serious, the next one. So this next one is Zen's official face. So we have the 2 scars come in. We have his mustache and his long hair. His hair is black, not gray, but I didn't want to go straight black on this picture. Anyway, so these were some of his official designs. Cross hatching right here, honestly on all my drawings, is like one of my favorite things. I love rough cross hatching. It is my favorite thing to do in art. Okay, so that was one of his first designs, so let's move to the next. So this was another one. This was when he still had the armor on. Different swords. This, honestly, I still like this drawing, even though some of his anatomy is trash. But I wanted to do a full thing of Zen, a full picture of Zen, colored and everything. So we kept his hat, and that's pretty much his current hat right now. He had different hair here. He doesn't have the armor on, at least in the first couple chapters, so we'll see in the future or if we change it up. And we kept his shoes. I like his shoes right here a lot too. After that drawing, I got a little more fun. We added in a bird, which has a lot to do with our story. That will have a lot to do in chapter 2. This was a quick sketch, same thing, just doing character design at this. Another one, there's that bird again. Different bird, we decided on a crow. We thought it had a lot of symbolism behind it. This one had a wolf in it because it had something to do with our story, but we switched it. Anyway, so this is another one that I really liked other than his monkey arm here. Anyway, this was when it started to get really fun. We had his design down. This is pretty much his current design. He has this sword, and he also has this sword, and he has that knife. As you can see, like I said, we kept those shin guards, but we added wrapping on the bottom. We kept his sandals, and his hats here, and then his mustache and his hair. And then we also added some sleeves around right here. This is one of my favorite current drawings of Zen. After this one, these were some of the bad guys designs. Sorry, I couldn't think of it. Protagonists, antagonists. Anyway, these were just bad samurai designs that we thought of, like the Devil's Dragons Armies designs. As you can see, killed some guys and stuff. So this was fun. Had a lot of fun here. You don't want to just design your main character. You need to design other stuff. This is the Light Goddess. She has a lot to do with our story, especially in chapter 2. So you'll see about that. Chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4. So this is her. This was a fun one. I thought that really represented her a lot. Here's another one of that Devil's Dragon. We don't know if we're gonna go with this design, but I think it's sick, but who knows? Doesn't matter. If you need to be loose about all your art. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Move to the next thing. That's okay. This was a super bad one of Zen. This was one of the earlier ones, but it was still fun, even though his anatomy's bad. I'm gonna cover that. Just kidding, it's bad. Anyway, it was fun, you know, got to learn a lot, did a lot of cross-hatching and stuff. But each drawing you guys can see I learned from. So this is the title page right here. And this was Zen's final design for chapter 1. We added on this like protective cloth and his sword right here, and he also he has these kind of the skirt-ish thing going on, and also these protective shin guards as well, and they're wrapping on his arms, same hat and everything, and the bird. So that was his final design, at least for the first few chapters, the first arc, and then we'll see where we go from there. Maybe we'll stay, maybe we'll change. That's the fun thing. It's your manga. Do what you want. Okay, guys, so at this point, you should have rough drafts, storyboarding, thumbnails, character design down. You only have a few more to go until your manga releases. So the next step is dialogue and laying out your pages. So right now I'm drawing traditionally on pages. I do have a really nice art tablet and stuff, but my computer doesn't run it well enough. Long story short, I need a new computer to do digital art. So you do what's best and you play the hand you're dealt. So I was just like, I'm doing it traditional. It's okay, and I feel comfortable doing traditional. That's what I've always done. So the next thing that we did was we started to figure out heavy dialogue, like what it's actually gonna say, and we started to draw. So let me show you guys the raw, first time ever showing the raw actual pictures of our first chapter. So here we go. So we don't add dialogue on any of our pictures until the art is done, and then we scan it over onto the computer and we add dialogue and stuff. That's how we do it. Some people I know leave bubbles like open on their picture, but we were just like, no, let's not do it that way. We didn't want to do it that way, and it's our manga. So this is that first page of our manga. This was the one where it's a cold burst of wind goes through the night. A horse is like there, basically. So what you should be doing is looking at your storyboarding and creating from there, and your thumbnails as well, so you can use both to create the image you want. So I'm at page 2. Let's flip that the right way. Page 2. Our guy was supposed to say go find him and kill him or whatever, and you see him here. This was a box I wanted, and then I was like, no, I don't like it. These are all upside down. Page 3, it's Zen. He gets woken up. Amaya gets woken up. She wakes Zen up right here, okay? Zen wakes up. He's like, what's going on? Gets up, walks over and checks. So I'm not gonna show you guys every page, but basically you get to the point where all of this was thumbnails, and now it's an actual finished picture. So what we do is we scan this over onto Tate's computer, and then we go over, edit it. If I messed up any lines or anything, we add dialogue, and sometimes we even do some like better coloring on it, and we tint them a little different. Because my grays, this is like a blue gray, and this is a flat gray right here, and they scan different on the computer. So you just wanna be careful with that and see how it scans. So right here, this was actually one of my favorite pages. I don't know why I like his face so much right here. I just think it's sick, and Amaya looks cool. And same with this page. This one was dope too. Anyway, so this is when you complete all your pages. This is like final draft. You complete your pages. I can show you guys what a rough page looks like right now. So this right here is a page from chapter 2 that hasn't been inked yet. But you can see I pencil it first, so you do the lines first, create your borders, your different boxes, and then you pencil in what your sketches look like. From there, you jump over, and you're gonna ink it. This is another page from chapter 2, which I'm super excited to get out. You can see I've inked it. Now I just need to add color, which I started to do. But I ink it, then I crosshatch, and I do details, and then I add the color. So that's how I do that process. So after that's complete, you're gonna wanna scan it over if you're doing it traditional, or if you're doing it digitally, you're just gonna add the boxes in. Like I said, you can do it how you want, but this is what we did. So after we scanned all of them over, we added in the dialogue and the pages, and Tate was in charge of doing pretty much all of that. and I'm in charge of doing all the art. So it works for us because we're a team on it. So once it's scanned over and the dialogue's added, from there you're gonna just double check it. I would send it to a few friends or family and make sure that there's no like spelling errors or anything, and just revise it a few times to make sure it's good. After that, you're gonna wanna get on the websites that we used were Webtoon, Manga Plus, Global Comics, Voice Me. I'm missing one, but we used all 4 of those websites, and that's where we released our manga. Right now we're looking at about 2,500 reads, which is like, that's not a lot to some people, but that's a lot to us. And like, I mean, it's pretty cool to say our first chapter of our manga is out. I'm no crazy professional at this. Like I said, this is our first manga, but like, I just want to tell you guys, like, you can do it. Like, it's not impossible to do. 4 months ago, I would tell myself, I want to be a mangaka. Like, I just want to do manga art. And like, I'd come up with all these excuses like, oh, I'm in college right now, I can't do that, I'm too busy with other art things. But like, you just need to push yourself. Every night, I'll tell you my schedule right now. I get up at 7, I go to work until 5:30, I get off work, I go work out until, I don't know, 8. Then I eat dinner, my wife and I, and then from like 9 until 2:30 at night, I draw. I draw my comic. That's what works best for me right now. And even though I'm staying up late and stuff, it's a grind, and you have to push yourself, because if you don't, let's be honest, like, you're not gonna make it. Like, you need to be the one to decide, I want my manga to come out, I want this art story to come out, or whatever it is. You need to be the one to decide, I'm gonna do it, because no one else is gonna decide for you. So that's how we made the manga. If you guys have any more questions, comment down below and let us know. Chapter 2 drops July 16th, 2023, and I think it's 3 weeks away, and we're super excited about that one. If you want to read chapter 1, go click the links in our Instagram bio. Our Instagram is Summit's Edge Studio, just on Instagram, or you can do my Instagram, which is D.J.C.Illustrations, just on Instagram as well. And you can click the link and it'll bring you straight to it. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, let us know, and then I'll finish it off with showing you guys the front page to chapter 2. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and good luck with creating your manga version. As you can see, it's raining. I thought it was super fun, and still Zen has the same outfit on. So a lot's gonna happen in chapter 2, 3, and 4. Well, in every chapter, but these first 4 especially are gonna be huge, and they're gonna be awesome. Thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.